Chad Kroeger. You know what? Let me back up. You fucked all of us up, bro.
I did. It's Kroeger. It's Kroeger.
I know. I was getting ready to say Chad Kroeger.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just ask you.
This is evidently this is the year that everybody wants to actually know how to say my name properly. It's we left the umlaut off when the grandparents came over from Germany. So it's yeah, Herr Kroeger, yeah.
Is it weird to wait a couple of decades after your first few records and then start correcting people on it?
No, because yes, but the thing is, it's hard because someone will say, a lot of interviews start like this. Hey, we've got Chad Kroeger here from Nickelback. The band has sold 50 million records. They do this, and there's this massive 5-minute long thing, this diatribe that goes on about accolades and whatnot, and highest selling band of the da-da-da-da-da, and they do this whole thing, and then they stop. Chad, how are you? And at that point in time, I'm supposed to say, it's Kroeger.
You know what? Touche.
Like, I just got to let this one go.
Well, I'm glad that you and I have an opportunity to catch up. I'm so amped up because 68 days ago, you all dropped a record called Get Rolling.
We did. Guilty.
Congrats on that record.
Thank you very much. We worked hard on that, and
I hear it.
We're very, very proud of the record. There are records that we have rushed a little bit. Mm-hmm. Songs that we have rushed a little bit, because there's a tour coming up or there's some sort of deadline that we have to hit in terms of mixing, mastering, whatever it might be. This one, we got to take all the time in the world, and it was time well spent, because I think it really shows in the record. Where
did you record? Do you guys have your own studio at this point?
Yeah, right here so this is Mountain View Studio. It's at the it's an old hay barn that we converted in 2000. I want to say 3 or 4. Maybe.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we recorded the ass end of the long road here, and then everything after. Well, All the Right Reasons was done here. Dark Horse was done here. The only record that wasn't done here after that point was No Fixed Address, just because we were kind of popping around all over the world, and just sort of setting up these whatever we're calling them, like a portable mobile studio, whatever it is. We would just rent these houses all over the place. I got married and I sold this house. Why? I have no idea. And then when that sort of dissolved, I bought it back.
How do you buy a house back? What if the new owner says, you know what, Chad, this house is fucking sick, and no, you can't buy it back unless you want to give me another $3 million on top of what I paid for it?
Yeah, there's a little bit of that. There's a little bit of that. But like when I sold him the place, like, he took every plate, every knife, every fork, every bed, every piece of furniture, everything. Like, he took like pool cues that were in my bar, my billiards room there. I mean, he wanted everything. So when I gave him the old knock on the door, like, I had a buddy reach out to him, and he was like, please buy this house back. I'm like, it's expensive, isn't it? He's like, this place is insane to run. Like, it's if I could just turn the thing around, you'd see like it's a 20-acre parcel. And the main house is I think the main house is like 22,000 square feet.
Of course it is.
Recording studio, 3-level pool. There's an underground skating rink. It's quite the property that I've just been pouring blood, sweat, and tears into over, 20 years, whatever it's been, minus the couple that he had it. But so yeah, he wanted to get rid of it pretty bad. Because the monthly on this thing is not pleasant, but that's why you work really hard.
It is. And you guys have, you know what? I mean, you front loaded the hell out of your career. I mean, you guys hit the ground running in a time, and you and I've actually talked about this at a time when people were buying records, dude. People were buying CDs rather, and like, you sold a shitload of them, and I'm so happy for your success. And I love the fact that, a couple of months ago, you dropped your 10th freaking record. And I'm going to tell you right now, the first time I heard San Quentin, I felt like Chad punched me in the nose as hard as you possibly could. I mean, dude, you come out hitting hard. The guitars, the drums, the vocals are on point. It's a great, I mean, it is a straight up rock song.
Thanks, man. Yeah, it's a rocker. It's got the energy. It's got all the, you don't want to be driving while you're listening to, to songs like that. The foot gets a little heavy.
Yeah, it
Tickets
does.
start adding up. Somebody just sent me something. Who was this? Where's my phone? I want to read this to you. Someone just sent me. Oh, my buddy Simon sent this to me. I got this from Megan, a friend of mine in Alabama. I got pulled over for speeding on my way to work. The officer asked me if I was having a bad day. I said, no, I swear it's not my fault. He said, what's going on? He said, don't laugh and I'll show you. So I pulled up my music and started the song back playing and turned up the volume. I said, it's Nickelback's fault. He laughed and let me go without even writing a warning. She was listening to Bottoms Up.
Dude, I freaking love that. Is it safe to assume that you're going to blanket North America soon with a tour, at least at some point this year? And when you go to Alabama, you got to hit her up for sure.
Got to track down Megan.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we are announcing the tour on the 23rd.
Okay.
We're going to tell everybody like where we're going, what's up, who's coming with us, the whole nine. Yeah, we're excited. We're pumped. We've been going over these huge meetings, massive production meetings of what we're going to do with the staging, the lighting, the pyro, everything. Like there's a huge coordinated effort that goes into these types of things. And there's some stuff that I can't even talk about. There's some sneaky little events that are coming up that are that you're just going to have to wait till the 23rd.
You mentioned pyro. Do you go to a pyro company and do they put on a display and you say, yeah, we want 10 of these on stage. I want one behind the drums. I want a couple in front of my amps. Do you order stuff like that? How does that?
It's literally that without having to go to them. They film it all. Like they'll set up a whole stage with the lights and everything, and they'll say, this is what our new fire units can do. And this is what, and we've got this new technology that can do this, and we can shoot things straight sideways in front of the band. And like, it just goes on and on and on. And then multiple companies will send in quotes. And then you just pick the one that you pick the girl you like the best.
Nice. Do you guys like, where did you find the house or the garage for the video these days? I swear to God, it was 100% flashback for me. Because I was like, I think I was 10 years old when the 80s started. So I remember farting around in garages, and all I'm going to call them relics that you placed in the garage are like, you're pulling on some heartstrings. That sounds cheesy, but if you've seen the video, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
But that's what we're trying to do. It's funny because we couldn't go with a single car garage because we needed the width to shoot it. And so we needed the 2-car garage door that would go up so that you've got the full spread of, you could see everybody in there. And you'd think that you could find that they're a dime a dozen. And it took an entire scouting department 2 weeks scouring Vancouver to find this place. And it was so random the way that it happened. Like the door just kind of came up, and this guy walked out with his dog, and one of the girls who was, I think she was our head scout. She just sees the garage. She's like, that's it. That's the one we've been looking for. And she goes up and says, hey, no, actually, I think it was a woman. And she said, hey, is there any chance that you'd be willing to let us shoot a music video in there? I'm so-and-so, here's my card, this is legit. This isn't a scam or anything. And she goes, I don't think so, but you can ask my husband when he gets home. And then the hubby came home and he's like, sure, go ahead. I don't care. So we got to shoot. And then it was just a matter of like putting all the posters up and putting
dude.
The Atari and all the stuff that's supposed to just pull you right back to that era.
You know what? I want to ask you if you have a secret recipe because
Everybody
you,
keeps saying this. The last interview, they called it the secret sauce.
okay.
they're like talking about the secret sauce.
Well, here's the thing. Inside of this,
Yeah.
you've got, there's a recipe, dude. There's a blueprint. And maybe you're just the one that came up with the blueprint.
I don't
And
know.
I'm
I don't
not kissing your ass when I say, dude, you got the fucking Midas touch.
I don't think it's a blueprint. Thank you very much for that. That's a hell of a compliment. I don't think it's a blueprint because, you know, you know, Rockstar and Burn It to the Ground don't follow the same blueprint. You know, How You Remind Me and This
These
Means
are such
War.
great songs, dude.
Like they don't follow there's it's not that. It's more to do with, you know, not recording the first thing that you play and looking at your band members going, well, there's our riff, and
Yeah.
not recording the first thing that you spit out in terms of lyrics or melody and go, well, there you go. There's our vocal melody. There's our vocal line. You know, we work on this stuff. I mean, we put in effort and
Yeah.
you know, it's like, no, that's not good enough. It needs to be better. It needs to be better. Like if we're just going to record, you know, schlock or whatever, let's not even make another record. Like, so that like we want everything to, I want when the song gets played back to me and it's done, I want it to give me the feels that we're trying to give the audience or the listener. And if it doesn't do it, then we didn't do our job as, you know, whether that's my job as a storyteller or songwriter or, you know, as a singer, as a guitar player, whatever it is, it needs to be better because I want to get the feels. I want to be like, and either I want that aggression and I want to grit my teeth and be like, this cannot get loud enough. Like,
yes.
it has to be that, or it's got to be, you know, God damn it, I just got the whole thing right down my back. And it's like, you know, the hairs, you get the whole thing. Like, if it's not doing that to me, how the hell is it going to do that to somebody else? And that's what that's what I want to do, is I want to create that emotion for other people. And so that's why we work so hard at it.
I really appreciate you saying that, you know, because what I don't want to do and what I hope I didn't do is just boil it down to, oh, I got the recipe. It's a secret recipe and I follow it every single time. When in fact, you sort of said it, you work at it, dude. Like you're not jacking around. You're like busting your ass. And dude, hang on. I've been with you guys since Silver Side Up. I got Feed the Machine, which I'm still a fan of. I freaking love that record, to have hosted that with you guys in New York at our theater. So I love hearing that you said, you know what, it's not necessarily a recipe. It's just that we work really hard at it. And I just appreciate that because I think it's easy to chalk it up to something else.
Well, I think there's too many people out there that there's a lot of musicians and songwriters and whatever it is, they'll say, because it's not cool to say that you worked hard at it. It's supposed to be this divine lightning bolt that comes down and strikes you and you know, enters your soul, and then you're then a medium for the music and the lyrics, and it's like, fuck off. Give me a break. Everybody does the same thing when they get in the studio, and everybody wants their music to be the best it could possibly be. Yeah. I mean, all of them. It's just who's willing to admit, hey, we put some work into this. We put some effort into this. That's all. You know, if you're sitting there, you know, saying the things that I'm willing to say and go to the levels of honesty that I'm willing to go to, I shouldn't be chastised for that. And if you want to sit there and say that, you know, everything that you've ever recorded or spit into a microphone was divine intervention, then go ahead. Like, yeah, fine. I don't care. But, you know, you stay on your side of the street and I'll stay on mine.
Well said. I'm the youngest of three boys. Your brother Mike is in the band too. Do you guys, like, you've made a career out of this band and it's a tough job, but like, are you guys sometimes not so nicey nice to each other? I mean, you're working with each other, especially if you're working on a record, you're in the studio always. If you're out on road, you're in a couple of buses and in hotel rooms and stuff and sharing the stage every night. Like, I get into it with my brother Jeff a lot. So I can't even imagine what that might be like as two creatives, right?
Yeah, you like, it's wonderful that we have our guitar player Ryan Peake, who is truly Switzerland. He stays between us when things get a little heated. And, you know, my mother's got this great saying, and she says, do you know why it's so easy for family members to push your buttons? Because they installed them. And it's so true. We were just doing press in LA 3 days ago, and there's like all these people in the room and there's all this stuff. And like, I made a joke that Mike deemed to be a little bit offside, and that he was worried that someone was going to get offended by. And it was really nothing. And I deemed him to be oversensitive. And he's sitting there, like, everyone leaves the room and he just looks at me and goes, dude, what are you doing? I'm like, what are you talking about? And so now I've got my older brother chastising me, you know, giving me shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what did I say that was, you know? And I look at Ryan, I go, hey, and Ryan looks at Mike and goes, Chad didn't say anything that even made me lift an eyebrow. So I don't know. And like Mike and I start getting into it, and it's just, you know, it's that Mike can sometimes not only just be the older brother, but sometimes he takes on this fatherly role, this guardian, and when he starts giving me shit, it sends me through the roof. And it's like, boys, you go over there,
you have
go over there, and then you cool down, and then 20 minutes later there's a hug, and there's a, you know, he'll be like, I'm sorry, dude. I'm like, I'm sorry too. I didn't need to overreact. He's like, I didn't need to give you shit. And then it's right back to right where we were. And you get your eyes on the prize and get what you're going.
That's really an interesting story. I appreciate you pulling the curtain back, because like a lot of your fans,
he's going to hear about this and he's going to be like, really? And then I'm going to get shit again.
If you were not in a band, what in the hell would you do? What would be your first couple of things on the list of things that you would do outside of Nickelback?
I'd probably be bribing a prison guard to let me, you know, to bring some sort of candy or edible contraband into the jail.
we're binge watching season 1 of Mayor of Kingstown right now.
Oh, cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
So I really thought it was going to be either I was going to be successful or I was going to be in jail, and there's and probably not a lot of wiggle room in the middle.
What is your what would you say, and I'm giving you the chance to brag and brag for a hot second, what is your biggest extravagance that a successful band that has dropped 10 friggin' records over the past couple of decades, what is it?
I don't like to talk about it because of the carbon footprint. But it just it makes getting around a lot easier. But
got it.
Whatever.
Can appreciate that.
Yeah.
Hey, is there a country song on your record?
I'd like to call it a like a 70s country rock tune.
Yeah.
You know, and I think about it like the Eagles, and I think about it like you know, because we wanted both. I mean, it absolutely has those flavors. There are those textures are there, you know, but then by the time the chorus kicks in, I hope it's got just enough rock to pull it in multiple places.
I love it because, and I asked the question knowing the answer, but what I like about it is that this sounds cheesy as hell, but it's almost like a musical journey for Get Rollin', start to finish. And there are a couple of like sharp turns. And the first time I heard that song, I was like, you know what? I didn't expect this, but it absolutely works, and it fucking rocks, dude.
Cool. Thank you.
You know?
Yeah. You know, and you're trying to create these moments, and you're trying to bring people along on this journey.
Yeah.
You know, and you're talking about, you know, so the movie in my head it's definitely 70s. It's definitely that era. It's got Boogie Van written all over it. And it's people that have just enough money to get themselves to the next festival, the next concert in the next city, and they're just picking up people along the way. And if you can help out with gas, or, you know, you've got a bag of weed or whatever the hell it is, like, just get us, you know, and away we go. And you just, you know, you got your points. We got to be in Colorado at this date. We got to be on the West Coast, you know, because we don't want to miss this concert. And it's like, and that's it, you know. And I had that movie in my head, and it's like, how do we make that happen? And Get Rolling was it.
I just appreciate the creativity on so many different levels. I mean, for singing and songwriting, but the videos and stuff. And in a day and age where I don't watch a shitload of videos, but I find myself kind of going back to watching them. And the videos, you know, the couple of videos that you've made for this record are fun as hell. And I think it's kind of part of the experience. So I can't wait for, did you say the 23rd you're going to start announcing dates?
23rd. We're going to
Dude,
let
that's
you
next
know where
week.
we're going. I know. We're flying to Nashville. We're going to do a show there. We're going to talk to some peeps, and we're going to let everyone know, you know, the game plan and who we're taking with us, where we're going. Cool. And then we've got another nugget that we're going to drop that is just so ridiculous. It's so ridiculous, and I just absolutely love it. And I'm so excited. I cannot wait to share with the world something that we did for this record. So how's that for a tease?
I'm ready. We're a week or so away. I just hope that Chicago, which is home base for me, I hope there is a Nickelback tour stop, and I can buy you guys a couple of cold beers and we can shotgun it in style.
Brother, would love that. Would absolutely love that. Don't worry, I'll get as close as we can get. I'll get within driving distance for sure.
Thank you for the time. Congrats on a record, and let's get some more people to buy a record called Get Rollin', and support a band that we like, man. That's the easiest way to do it, right? A concert ticket, a Nickelback t-shirt, or the record. You pick.
That's it. That's absolutely it. Dude, thank you so much for taking the time. Thank you for all the kind words and the compliments. Thank you very, very much. It's difficult to stop speaking to you and not have my head swell. You know?
Well, I just appreciate it. I love your band, and you know, I don't make any I don't keep that a secret. I don't want to keep it a secret, because we like what we like, man, and people ought to know about it. And we're, you know, San Quentin is just crushing it. I'm on more than a few active rock stations around the country, and dude, it's just a great song, and the guitar riff, and good God, the first 10 seconds alone, shit. Dude, we'll see you at some point this year with rock horns in our left hand and a cold beer in the right.
Zick.